whatever little content that I share would know that it is how I, create these forecasts as not one card draw and yes and no reading and quick insights, but it is structured uh, spontaneously, organically, with the kind of little understanding, if I may say so, that I've drawn over the years of having read for myriad of people out there. As in my capacity as a professional online and offline tarot reader, and I consider myself as tarot advisor, not so much so as a reader, because there is so much to learn, and I consider myself an eternal seeker. But never mind. Before just to kind of, so just to give you a brief idea, if this is your first outing here on Chandra, aka Telltale Tarot, first and foremost, thank you with folded hands. I welcome all of you, new, old, everyone alike. I won't say old here because even myself on YouTube has just been, a 4 months old journey, and I'm enjoying every single day of it, if I may say so. You can have a, you can, the content that I create, it kinds of be a testimony to the fact that I really enjoy what I do, and in that sense, I consider myself very fortunate and blessed. So, yes, so on that note, just to set the preface and the premise here, correct, is that we are here to do the tarot forecast for this this full moon, which happens to be on November 5th. And just to give you a broad idea as to what this full moon is all about, as I always do, because much of the session will be devoted to the tarot forecast. And today I'm very excited to be here with you guys because we would not be forecasting per se, because as I built in a little trivia with regards to whosoever out there are curious to step into the world of tarot, or who have already stepped into the world of tarot and testing waters here and there. And even if you're an expert, my due respects to you. The thing is that I'm going to share some very significant ways, tools, approaches, if I may say so, to be able to, get to know tarot better, get to read tarot better, for not only for yourself but as well as for others. So again, my reference point and book is the works of Mary K. Greer. Again, she's a tarot legend and a living tarot master, and I've had the good fortune to be in touch with her. I, had a brief correspondence with her here and there, and I'm so proud, and I wear it as a badge of honor that she does follow me on my social media. So, there is nothing that makes me more elated than to have that validation coming from her. So this is of course a stuff which dreams and legends are made of. So I have her blessing, so to speak, as I go slowly but steadily, half an inch here and a half an inch there on my tarot learning, embracing, embarking, imbibing journey as a fellow seeker, as you are there out there. So yes, so what I'm trying to convey is that not only we would forecast, but I would share with you the first two steps, which will enable you, allow you, help you deepen your understanding of tarot, as well as allow you to kind of fine tune, polish, and better your skills for reading tarot. Again, if you're learning it for yourself and you're using it as a tool for self-awareness, not as fortune telling, that is a no-go zone as far as I'm concerned as your tarot reader, because this is tarot is much more, in terms of sanctity and gravity. But yes, so one is that whether you're reading for yourself or if you are pitching yourself to be, or already reading for others, Godspeed your goals. My prayers are to you, and may you go from strength to strength. But at the cornerstone of it, at the very foundation of it, be it the love of tarot for you that must rise and shine bright and see you through all the darkest and the deepest alleys that one goes through when they embark on such a journey. So yes, so this is a sense, the nuggets that we would kind of talk and share and brainstorm. Uh, if I get to have your, I've set up another device in which I am hoping to see your questions. that you want me to answer, and I'll be more than delighted and willing to be able to do that. Yes, but for now, what we will do is that we will first just give you a brief background as to what the planetary arrangements are and how this is significant. See, in terms of the timing, again, you would say that every time Chandra comes in and say that this is the most, auspicious tidings and timings, but then this is something that one cannot emphasize, reiterate, and repeat enough, because full moon and the new moon, both, of course, I choose to do my lunar forecast once a month, and that I choose the full moon to be able to do that, to be able to get to know each other, hand hold with you, and to kind of walk the path together. But yes, the full moon and the new moon, they are two very significant dates in the calendar, in the monthly calendars, which kind of allow us opportunities for us to be able to fine tune with an inner alignment, intuition, so as to speak. In the realm of tarot, it is all about intuition, inner guidance, and inner wisdom, right? So yes, so there are beautiful opportunities for you, and that is the reason why, that whether you believe in any spirituality, Vedic system, Western astrology, anything and everything, it is important for you, just you can throw those myths and misconceptions out of the window, and just kind of use it as an opportunity, a stepping stone of sorts, to be able to kind of press pause. Otherwise, we get so busy with the daily lives and the humdrum of affairs, and the cacophony of it is that we lose sight, we lose track of our inner selves, right? So the lunar full moon and the new moon are auspicious timings and tidings for each one of us, for each one of us, whether we are on a spiritual path, or whether we are kind of, just going about our activities on a day to day manner. This is some sort of, as I always give an example, is sort of a charging of batteries. So we are able to, kind of really make do, create that space, sanctified space, because it is like respecting your own inner wisdom, the Buddha within all of us, the intuition, the intuitive self, the wiser self, which is not. Which is omnipresent, which is not gone anywhere, which is not lost anywhere. It's just that it is kind of buried deep down somewhere, uh, at times at times within layers and layers of, those theoretical understanding, which is kind of, or intellectual understanding and pursuits, material pursuits, and we are not able to kind of, get in touch with the wiser selves, right? So yeah, so in that sense, the timing is important, the full moon and the new moon. And why? Yes, so basically, we are in the last quarter of the year, and in fact, it is just, we are sitting in a November, so we just have a month and a half to go before the year folds up, right? And as we always say, that it is always a nice feeling to end something on a bright note, on a winning note, right? And winning and failing is, of course, a very relative term, but at the end of the day, it helps for us to be answerable to our own selves, and say an affirmation that I did my best, right? And go back and sleep easy, that saying that you did your best, and not with that false sense of hope, but with this optimism, which is based on confidence, courage, clarity, and conviction, as I would always say. And these alignments allow us to be able to do that. It kind of it kind of accelerates our journey. So yes, November 5th, the new moon, sorry, my apologies, the full moon is in the zodiac sign of Taurus, right? And we all know that we are sitting in the month of Scorpio, so the sun is in Scorpio, shining nice and bright, and the full moon happens to be in the zodiac of Taurus. Now, this is very interesting, a combination in the backdrop of the Jupiter. I would not go at length into the Western and the Vedic connotations of the planetary alignment, but just to give you a brief preface, so that we have, because we will revisit them as we draw out the tarot insights. Uh, that the Jupiter being in Cancer, and it has moved to Cancer around mid October, and it is going to stay there until November 11th. Please do check on the dates. I'm just giving you a rough idea, because again, the tarot is not so much so about these alignment, but more so about circumstantial and intellectual and emotional landscaping and energies. So yeah, that's another different realm. But then, nevertheless, the insights are important in this. A preface and premise is that with Jupiter being in Cancer, it stays there till November November 11th, and then it goes retrograde, I believe, till the end of the until mid December. So what is happening here is that, see, the full moon being in Taurus, and we all know, by way of, I hope you have had a chance to visit my tarot archetypal series, because for the tarot, we have the tarot archetype, which is the Hierophant. So, are we all familiar with this card, the tarot archetype, the Hierophant for the Taurus? Because this stands for all things which are value based, traditional, honoring institutions or honoring our belief systems. And Taurus, as we all know, the sign that it is kindly, it's an earthly sign. Yeah, Taurus is an earthly sign, and Taurus is something that celebrates foundation structures, again, values and belief systems. Also, it is grounded in energy which is more so about, early desires, materialistic pursuits, sensory perceptions, so everything which is pragmatic, practical, grounded is being highlighted with the full moon shining bright and nice in the zodiac Taurus, right? Now, uh, on the other spectrum of it, because it's a full moon, we know that the sun is in the sign of the Scorpio, right? That is how we have the this month for the Scorpios. And here for the Scorpios, which is the tarot archetype, if you have done the tarot archetypal series, I would request you to request you to go back and revisit this. Therein lies the moon. Now the moon, as well as the Scorpio, the sign Scorpio, is all about what? It is about intuition. It is about perception, deceptions. It is about your inner secrets. It is about transformation. It is also about inner journeys, revelations. It is about, I would say that it is more about the karmic essence of it. So, do you see the contrast here, that this is more on the face, this is more on the inside. This is more to do with your wisdom, your theoretical understanding, intellect, and this is to do with your intuition, right? So this is a wonderful combination if one is willing to draw in some awareness to be able to make both of these two worlds. Because with this super moon, and again, we had read for the super moon earlier on also, last month also, and this is still become is remains a supermoon because it is closer to the earth. That is why it appears bigger in size. So do we understand the connotation that we have the full moon happening in uh, the zodiac of Taurus, and we have the sun, which is in the zodiac of the Scorpio. So this is the two archetypal energies that we have, which will be broadly aspecting on the tarot forecast for all the zodiacs, right? So we are, or whatever we are going to read, we are going to read between these two prisms, right? One is the earthly energies of Taurus, and the other is the intuitive energies of the moon. So, are we okay with this? And yes, the guest of honor, if I may say so, the surprise element or the kind of X factor, I think that is the word I was looking at, is the Jupiter. Our dear friend Jupiter, which is, as a planet, is exalted in Cancer. Why I'm saying exalted in Cancer? It rejoices being in Cancer. The energies are aligned when it is in Cancer. It loves Cancerian spaces, and that is why it kind of magnifies both the end of the spectrum. So it depends upon which side of the spectrum or which side of the coin you're willing to tilt and shift, because the Jupiter is going to do you a lot more good than harm, right? But the only promise in the deal here for you to make is to be able to bring in that sense of an alignment. And what better day and time it is but the full moon on November 5th. So when I say November 5th, it is not only to do with tomorrow per se, but yes, the days leading up to the full moon, and the days, a couple of days after the full moon, are of course, potent with energies. And trust you me, forget about these technicalities that, oh god, I missed the window and now the moon is like kind of being weaning and waxing and stuff like that. See, any day is a good day to begin, right? So just throw the rule book out of the window, and just make sure that whatever day and time or a window that you get to be able to make use of these tools, uh, you allow yourself, to kind of press pause and sit with your own self. And I keep on sharing these little rituals. When I say rituals, again, there is no superstition in there, but it is more so for you an opportunity for you to kind of align yourself with the inner realm, right? So that is the broader idea that I wish to share with you. And now we can deep dive in the tarot forecast for this full moon. So what we are going to do here again is that, because this is something that works well and has been working well with the kind of feedback that I've got from you guys, is that I will again break it down into four elements. And by now you know what the four elements are. The four elements are air, water, earth, and which is another one, air, water, earth, fire. My bad. All right, we have this fire. I burn this fire so that it bears a testimony to whatever we are sharing, because fire is one important element, that needs to be respected, honored, and kind of vouched for when we do these kind of spiritualistic pursuits. Because there is something which is very I feel, say, there's something very calm about, this flame of a burning candle or a diya, because it kind of stills the noise within. It helps you ground and it kind of illuminates your path. At the same time, it allows you to burn and release all the negative energies which may have clouded your aura, right? So, and help you channelize your Buddha, in its all luminescence and glory. Okay, so I hope that is not too poetic and heavy for you, but my bad. This is how I sound, and this is how I kind of talk when I get with the flow. So my apologies here. I hope you will bear with me. So, all right. So, again, now with this premise and preface out of the way, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pull four tarot cards, for each of these elements. I have done a very short YouTube shorts, a short YouTube shorts. This is an interesting way to say it, in which I have given you a sort of an assignment, which I do not know how many of you have looked, but then assignment is as much for you as much for me, in terms of the four signs being broken down and given a little again, assignment is the word that I'm looking at, for you to be able to do in order to align yourself with these full moon energies. Now, again, anything and everything that I'm offering here is but an honest and an honest suggestion, a recommendation that you may try out, and you can always tell me, look, Chandra, what rubbish it was. It did not work for me, and I will understand, right? So it's not to say that I am coming from a place of some, I'm on a pedestal of some sorts. I've got a halo around your head. No, not in donkey ears. But what I'm trying to say is that these are lived experiences. These are tools which I have used experientially in my own journey and continue to do so. And thereby, as your friendly neighborhood tarot advisor, as I say all the time, and your trusted agony aunt, I just share with you as a friend what I have, made use of, and by way of my lived experiential experiences, share with you, so that you also able to make most of these tools, right? So you can please go and check on that. YouTube shorts, as a feeler. The other, I would recommend you to go and check on the tarot archetype and specifically have a look at uh, the moon archetypal series, which is we did for the Scorpio, and the other was the tarot archetypal series for the Taurus, which is the Hierophant, right? So that we understand the full spectrum and the gamut of it, which serves as a background and a backdrop to this uh, full moon tarot forecast, the monthly tarot forecast that we are about to do.